Welcome to the Blogger Genius Podcast, brought to you by Milo Tree. Here's your host, Jillian Leslie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Before I get started, I wanted to announce that I've started going live in my Facebook group on Mondays. First, my Facebook group, the Milo Tree Mastermind group, and I welcome you all to join. And then to join me on Mondays live at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, where I do a recap of this week's episode. I want the Facebook group to really be an extension of the podcast, a place where you guys can reach out to me and I can reach out to you and we can all learn together. So please, again, Milo Tree Mastermind Group, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Mondays, 12 o'clock Pacific. Hopefully I will see you there. Okay, for today's episode, I am interviewing Andrea Scalzo Yi, and she is the creator of the blog Raising Dragons. She has 4 sons, so hence the name. And what she does is STEM projects for kids. And she makes these really lovely, beautiful videos where she videotapes the projects. What's amazing about what Andrea has done is she has built a business so quickly, and we talk about how she did it. And also we talk about where she plans to take her business in the future, given that she's built this incredible audience. So one last thing, which is I recorded the episode in Zoom. And so the recording is not as great. I'm still kind of tweaking it and working out all the kinks. So please bear with me, but the interview is so worth it. So without further ado, here is my interview with Andrea Scalzo Yi. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's so good to be here.
Okay. So, and I feel like we were just talking about how we feel like we've known each other because we've been talking back and forth for years, I feel like. And You use Milo Tree to grow your Instagram followers, which I just looked. You have 66,000 Instagram followers. Yes. And your real focus before this, I think, was Facebook, because you've got 649,000 Facebook followers. I want to get into that. But yes, before we launch in, I want you to tell me your entrepreneurial journey, like how you got to be where you are.
Oh my gosh. Well, it all started with after I had my 4th son. I was working full time through really having all my kids. And after having the 4th son, I decided I can't be at work anymore. It was just unreasonable. I was managing a team at work, a team at home, and
crazy. What were you doing?
So I was in strategic partnerships for Destination Maternity.
Okay.
I've always worked in retail. I was at Donna Karan for many years on the buying side.
Okay.
And then we relocated out of New York City down to the Philadelphia area. And then I joined Destination Maternity, which is based down here. So,
okay.
And I got into marketing and strategic partnerships. So that's what I was doing up until that point, which I really enjoyed. But, when the demands of kids sort of come into the picture and you're kind of getting pulled in a million directions, it just wasn't sustainable. And so we made a decision as a family that I would just take a few years off. But I've always worked. And so I took like 6 months off, and then I was like, I need to do something. I can't just stay at home. So that's sort of where it started from. I was like, if I'm going to be home, I would like to try to do something with the kids. And I was then I was an engineering major in college. I always loved science and engineering topics like that. And then working for Donna Karan, I always had kind of the fashion and art thing. So I just started doing simple experiments with them, and we were enjoying ourselves.
Wait, I just want to stop you for a second, which is, I don't know if I mentioned it. Okay, your blog, Raising Dragons. So yes, you've got 4 little dragons at home.
Yes, I have 4 little dragons, hence the name.
Okay. So
I kind of was like, maybe I'll start a blog. I have a friend who's been a blogger since like 2006 and has made a very good living off of it. So I sort of had that person I knew was possible, but I don't love to write. I'm not a natural writer. So I was always like, I don't know if blogging's for me. I always thought it had to be writing. But then when I was like, maybe we can make videos, and I had seen videos start to become bigger on social media.
What year is this?
This was 2017.
Oh,
So
wow.
just 2 years ago.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
thought you've been doing this for a really long time.
No,
Wow.
no. Yeah,
Wow.
so 2017 is when I think I started thinking about it end of 2016, and by 2017 I had come up with the name Raising Dragons, and I bought the domain. So it was available, I bought it, and I remember I started writing like a chores blog, and then I was like blog post, and I was like, I can't write. Like it's not what I want to do. And so I just rethought about it. Already I was like, I have to rethink this. And I was like, I'm going to start to video, and I owned the domain, but I really went for social media. I got all my social media set up, and then I just started posting videos of me and the boys doing science experiments, like 1-minute videos with no volume, like really designed for the busy parent that is like scrolling through, to show them they can do things with their kids. And the videos just started taking off on Facebook. Like first we showed it to our friends, and then I started joining groups and sort of learning. And then one big page posted one of my videos, and that was sort of it. And then I saw the power of like a video going viral, and I just started making more content like that. And what was great was I was doing things with my kids to make my content, and then just posting it. So that's sort of where it all snowballed from. And Facebook really just allowed me to grow quickly. So that's how, I mean, I've had over 20 videos go viral on Facebook.
And what is viral? Explain how many views that means.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, I've had one video alone has, I think, 30 million views on
Wow.
Facebook.
Wow.
So,
and these are 1-minute videos. No dialogue.
No sound. Yeah. I just put them to music. I speed things up. I started off just giving sort of everything in the blog. I just was like, I'm just going to serve people how I would want to be served. Exactly. Like I really wasn't worried about driving traffic anywhere. I was like, I'm going to build an audience, and then I'll figure out what to do with it later.
I love that. Okay.
And so I would just put like one little paragraph. This is how you do it. And then the video would show what it is.
This is on your blog you would do this, or on Facebook you would do this?
I would make it once and post it everywhere. So yeah, even on my blog, I wasn't SEOing anything. I didn't even know what any of it was, right? I was just because I didn't have a lot of time either. You know, I'm like raising these kids.
Totally.
I'm doing everything. I literally do everything on my phone. I still, to this day, do 90% of my work on my phone.
I love that.
I edit it, I post it. I don't have to move things around because I'm like in the parking lot waiting for my car. You know, like I'm moving a lot, so I needed it to be like on my phone. And
how many videos were you making a week, and how many are you still making?
Oh, so yeah, I would say the first 2 years I made 3 to 4 videos a week. I was just focused on content because that was like what I could do, what I was seeing a reaction to. And now I'm more to 1 to 2 new videos a week because a lot of the content is evergreen that I can sort of recycle, and there's always new people coming to me. So, you know, it works. So now I can move my focus to other areas, right?
Okay.
So I'm not making as much now, although I still try to put out at least 1 new piece of content a week.
Okay. So your initial place was really Facebook.
Yes.
And now, has that changed? Has the Facebook algorithm hurt you, you know, or like what have you seen? How has this evolved in the last 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, the algorithms are always changing on all the platforms, right? So you have to adjust a little bit, but I still try to stay true to what has always worked for me. So I've seen Pinterest now I think in the last year started allowing video content. So now I've posted all my content on Pinterest, not even all of it, like as I can like do it, but my Pinterest traffic has taken off and I'm getting like 8 million views a month there. So now that's really grown because they didn't allow video in the beginning. Right?
Now, are you getting clicks back to your website from Pinterest?
Yes. So since I've started now, even when I post a Facebook video, I'll give a little blurb and then I'll say, if you want full instructions, just link to my website. So start driving traffic there so I can collect emails. So I'm sort of like building my strategy that way. But Pinterest, yes, Pinterest drives over half of my traffic now because you can't really show anything on Pinterest on how to do it. So yeah, Pinterest is really important to me now.
Okay.
And then Instagram is important from a brand perspective. Most brands want to work with Instagram. So I'm always interested in growing my Instagram account.
Got it.
Although that's much harder because you can't share on Instagram the way you can share on Facebook. So that's why Instagram's always been a little slower for me to grow.
Got it. And are you working with brands? Are brands finding you on Instagram? Like, tell me, so in terms of your strategy, what I think is really interesting is you really took social media and went, I'm going all in here. And then I'm going to worry about the rest of my business after I've grown this audience.
Yes.
So how are you then first monetizing, and kind of how does social media fit in with that?
So my primary way of monetization right now is sponsored content. I don't work with a ton of brands either. So I really, I work with brands that make sense to educational or STEAM activities, or in a way we can tie in. And
so give me an example of a brand that you work with.
So we just worked with Penguin Books, for example. It was one of my most recent. And we promoted Mad Libs for them. Just to remind people, Mad Libs are still there. It's actually a great educational activity. And then we did another post for their book series, The Last Kids on Earth, and we did a STEAM activity that's tied to like these zombies and monsters. So that's sort of ways we work with brands. And I work with a lot of toy brands too. I love to work with small brands like other mom entrepreneurs just getting started, if it makes sense to what I'm doing already.
Got it.
So I am open to working with people that I don't like to do a ton of sponsored content, so I don't actively seek it out so much. I do work with a business partner. That is my I'm pretty much a one-woman show, but I have a partner that helps me manage my partnerships, relationships. Yeah.
Okay. So what is this person doing? They're interacting with the brands.
Yeah. So she, her name's Annie. She's a former coworker of mine, and now we're both doing our own business. And she has always been in marketing partnerships, so she has a lot of relationships in the mom and baby space. So when I started doing my own thing, she started doing her own thing. We were like, let's work together. So she works with a lot of brands outside of mine, but we work together to do this. Any sponsored content, basically.
So a brand comes to you and says, I want your special sauce, right?
Yes.
And so what will you be offering to a brand? Because you're so big on social. Is it a blog post? Is it Instagram? Like, what are brands wanting from you? Video?
We'll tailor it to whatever they want. Like Penguin, for example, wanted across the board a post. So that's obviously more expensive. Many brands don't have a lot of money, so they will just do an Instagram post, or I'll do giveaways on Instagram because they work well there. So if it's a toy company, giveaways work well if it's the right product for my audience. So, we try to take their budget and then we'll tailor it to what we can offer, and just given my time constraints. If it's a budget that's worth doing a video and editing in all that comes with a video, then we'll do that. If they have a really small budget, we'll do a static photo. I try to if it makes sense to work with. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So, let's go back to then what are the other ways in which you're monetizing?
So I do affiliate links back to Amazon, which is okay. And then the book will be another way to monetize.
Show the book. Okay.
This is my first copy.
Okay.
I guess it's 100 easy STEAM activities. So it goes really well with all the activities that we do on the site.
Okay.
It has some of our best ones and then many, many new ones. So, and this will be coming out December 10th.
All right, cool.
So I'm very excited for that. And then my focus, I think, going forward for the next year is going to be figuring out product and like what can I offer my followers that will serve them well. And I'm really trying to figure out what that is at this point. So I'll be testing some things, whether it's like kits to help go with the activities that we're doing.
Kind of like Kiwi Crate kind of things?
Yes, but more reusable, like things that maybe a little science kit that'll give them all the tools they need to do the experiments, or an engineering kit, or a sensory kit. Sensory activities are really big for us. So I'm just trying to figure out what should be in that.
Oh, that's neat.
So that's what my focus is going to be on, I would say, over the next year.
Got it. Okay. So when you think social media, what do you think today? Do you think video on Facebook? Are you thinking, and then I can where do you start?
I still, when I make a video, post it across all my platforms, but now I write a bigger blog post to go with it. So
On your
I
blog.
am,
On your blog.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And
With a little SEO.
I'm trying.
Okay.
It's a hard job. I mean, to learn everything we have to learn. And
I
now,
know.
so
I know.
I don't even feel like I can do 3 or 4 like pieces of content a week, because now I want to write the post and I want to make sure everything is good. So
Right. I get that.
yeah. So I'm trying, but I still try to like put the content across all platforms, because I think different people are on different platforms, and I still want to reach them wherever they're coming to me from.
Now on Instagram, for example, are you doing stories like behind the scenes? Are you doing, in your feed, is it static images and video? And like, how do you think about Instagram?
I'm still primarily video.
Okay.
I like it. That's how I like to view things. But I try to do stories. I'm not good at putting myself out there. I need to get better. That's a challenge to myself.
Yep. Yep.
So I'll be doing more and more of that. But I do clips of the kids and kind of what we're doing during the day, if I think it's of value to people. I don't
Right.
really try to post things that I don't think are of value. I always try to keep that in mind as I'm posting.
Right. I'm totally with you. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really want to watch your kids jumping into the pool.
Right.
Unless there's some sort of cool STEM thing in the
Right.
pool,
Yes.
that they're thinking about water displacement,
Yeah, exactly.
that kind of.
Exactly. I think people are always looking for ideas of things to do with their kids. So, but that are meaningful and educational. So that's what I'm always trying to
And
do.
how old are your kids, by the way, just because I didn't ask?
My youngest is 3, and then I have a, oh my gosh, 7, almost 9, and a 10-year-old.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
And they're still willing participants.
Most of the time. Between the 4 of them, I can usually get 2 of them that
You
are
can like wrangle them
at the moment. Yes.
Okay. You can
So
like,
it works. But sometimes I have to capture the moment when one is really interested. Like if my 3-year-old's interested, I'll try to pull together 4 or 5 things and we'll just film it all at once. And then
that's amazing. Okay. Can you walk through, because I'm still trying to figure this out, how to go end to end on my phone doing video?
Okay, sure.
So explain your process.
So I have like a little sunroom, which I'm sitting in right now. There's a lot of windows, so I get natural light. So I
Okay.
have like my desk, which is also, I just pull it out and then we film. They'll stand behind it against a white wall. So I make everything as white as possible.
I love your style, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
It's like pops of color. Like, definitely go check her out, because you not only do you do STEM, you do like beautiful STEM.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I just try to make it as clean slate as possible so you can really focus on the activity. And then, if it's in the afternoon and we're getting good sun, I put as much light on as I can. And then I kind of have activities set up in here. So like if the mood strikes them, because sometimes they just want to play and be kids, and I'm not going to like force them to do an activity. So if I see they're doing something that I know will make a good video, then I'll kind of get it up here. And then if we want to do it on video, then we can like run up here and do it. And so I have like a tripod. I just put my phone on it and then film.
Okay. And are you filming which way?
I film in landscape.
Okay.
Usually, unless I know I'm going to make a story out of it, then I'll sometimes just do a couple clips like with the story. And then I have a little app called Video Shop.
Video Shop. Okay.
I think I bought it like when I first started doing this a couple years ago, but I feel like it was 99 cents.
Okay. Okay.
And then I load the clips on there. And then sometimes when I'm like watching TV at night or something, I'll just edit video.
And are you putting text in the video, or are you putting caption, anything?
Not usually.
Okay.
Not usually. I turn the I've started adding volume a little bit to them, but many times I have to speed up. So I just turn the volume off. I kind of edit the pieces that I think are the best of the videos. And then I see where I'm at time-wise. And then I kind of edit.
And you're shooting for a minute?
Yeah. Yes. I think that's like the attention span. Now, Facebook has started to let you monetize if you have 3-minute videos. So that's another area I'm trying to compile. Maybe like what I'm going to be working on today is I have a bunch of Halloween videos that I've released separately that I'm going to put together and then release as a compilation too. So that way, if I know what's kind of already done well, if I can get this to do well, then it'll make a little bit of money on Facebook.
Got it. And have you seen
Yes.
good returns on video on Facebook?
Not so much. I mean, I haven't done a lot with it yet, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and I know Facebook has fan subscriptions too, which then I haven't really done that either because I've heard it can mess with your reach. So I'm worried. Like I have really good organic engagement and reach, and I just don't want to mess with it. So,
Got it.
I've always been of the mindset I'm building the brand, and I'm not really worrying about little bits of ad revenue here and there. If I can kind of fit it in organically to my mission. And I had ads on my site for a while through AdThrive, and for me, it just wasn't making enough money to justify kind of all the ads popping up on my site. So I just decided to take them down. I think I have one ad in the sidebar just to like keeps a little bit of something going, but none of my, like if you click on one of my articles, it's just a clean written out instructions.
It's beautiful. Yes, totally. I know.
So yeah, I mean, I make so much more on the sponsored content. I just was like, it's not worth it to put all the ads on my site.
That's so interesting. Okay. So now you've got Video Shop, you've edited your video.
Yes.
Are you adding a logo? Are you putting your name on it? What do you?
Well, so I didn't have a logo for a very long time. And so I figured out I wanted to watermark my video somehow. So I was like, I'm just going to put my website in the bottom corner of the video because that Video Shop allowed me to do that. So that's just what I started doing. So and it also kind of went with the clean, minimalist sort of look of the video. So I just started doing that. And now, I mean, I see a lot of people doing that. So I feel like that was a good thing to do.
Yeah. Don't you love that?
Yeah.
When you find out like, oh, this is a good thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's really what I put in my videos, because then it also tells people about my website too, and it's kind of just a clean little watermark. And I just had a logo done. So at the end of my video now, it has this sort of, I forget what it's called, but it's a motionized,
like
logo.
An animated kind of logo?
Animated logo at the end that sort of bursts with all these steam images, and then it goes into my logo that I just had designed. So that's very recent. Usually I had at the end just like raising dragons and like this websites and stuff.
Imagine growing your Instagram followers with no work. Highly engaged followers. Now imagine it with Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube. How about new email subscribers? Seriously, no work. This is all possible if you install the Milo Tree pop-up on your blog. David, my husband, and I started our blog, Catch My Party, in 2009. We've since grown it into the largest party ideas site on the web with millions of page views per month. We did it with hard work and our secret weapon, our Milo Tree pop-up, which David built for us. We've grown our Pinterest followers to over 1.3 million and our Instagram followers to over 164,000. And right now, 8,000 other bloggers just like you are using Milo Tree to grow their businesses. With Milo Tree, you can focus on growing one platform or switch between several. But here is the important thing. If you aren't converting your visitors into followers, subscribers, and customers, you're honestly wasting your own traffic. Make this asset, your visitors, work for you. Since we're bloggers, we get bloggers. So we've optimized Milo Tree like crazy. It's a snap to install. It won't slow your site down. It's Google friendly on mobile, and it's so darn cute. You can even add animated sparkles to your pop-up if you like. Sign up now and get your first 30 days for free. Please pause this episode and head to milotree.com to sign up. I know you will thank me. As a bonus, once you sign up, I'm going to send you weekly actionable business tips to help you grow your business. I've been at this a long time and I have a lot to share. Remember, your scarcest resource is not money, it's time. So let Milo Tree free up time for you so you can focus on the other important parts of your business. So what are you waiting for? Hit pause, head to Milo Tree, and sign up today. Okay, now do you have a team? I know you said you work with your one-woman operation. Are you fully a one-woman operation? And I know you have a partner to help you with brands.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody else like helping you with social media or posting for you or anything?
Not really. I have had someone rewrite some of the articles on my website for SEO purposes. But I haven't seen a lot of I know that can take a few months to sort of change, but I didn't see a lot of worth from it yet. So no, not really.
Are you getting a lot of people, say on Instagram, DMing you, or on Facebook reaching out to you? Like, are you spending a lot of time connecting with people?
A little, yeah, I do get a lot on Instagram. People ask me questions and things like that. But I don't spend a ton of time doing that. I also recently started a Facebook group that's taking more time than I would like it to, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. I'm just trying to build, so Facebook, this is another change for them. They're giving more emphasis to groups. So I'm finding a lot of people are finding my group before they're finding my page because it's coming up in suggested groups. So that is one area that I'm putting a lot of energy into. And I think I have 8,000 people in the group now. So it's been something that's been able to grow pretty quickly. And then I've been collecting emails from just asking the questions. So if they want to, before they join the group, I'll ask like how they found me, to follow my page too, and then what they're looking for. And then if they want to get our newsletter, they can put their email in.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, I'm kind of getting feedback on what people are looking for, how they found me, and if they want to give me their email.
I love that. Okay, so in order to join your group, they have to answer these specific questions.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to, but
they can still join even if they don't.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Well, some people I approve, some people I don't. Like if I think they're the right fit for the group, then I'll approve them. Yeah.
Right. And are you promoting the group elsewhere? How are you driving people? So I know Facebook is recommending it.
Yes. So I interact in other groups sometimes. And a lot of people that are finding me, they'll say through my Facebook ad, but I'm not advertising it. So I think Facebook is popping up suggestions. Like if you like this group, you'll like this group. And so I think that's how people are finding me a lot of times.
Now, are you putting your videos on YouTube?
I do.
Okay. But how is YouTube for you? Are you able to monetize it? Do people?
No.
Okay. So the big thing about YouTube, because I get to interview lots of different experts and there are all these things about YouTube, like we want 10-minute videos and, there are certain kind of rules to win with the YouTube algorithm.
Right. No, I have not mastered YouTube at all. I think that my videos actually aren't the best for YouTube because
why do you think that is?
Short. There's no sound to them. They're sort of designed for the busy parent, I would say, scrolling through. So yeah, I know for YouTube, I need to do I feel like I need to do longer format. I need to talk. I need to walk people through it a little bit more. And I just don't have the bandwidth to do it right now. So I haven't put YouTube was on my list to focus on for this year, and it's kind of just gotten pushed because other things have just, come into it. So
right. Yeah. Well, I think that you're smart in that Facebook is that kind of thing where busy moms are just scrolling through and they want something entertaining and they want something inspiring, but they're not looking to necessarily go take your video and go do that specific thing. Meaning it's more like inspiration and entertainment. I think people go to YouTube because they want to fix their toilet and they want somebody to go to show them step by step how to fix your toilet. Right. And I think those are different. One is more entertainment, like edutainment. Right. And one is more like, we're going to roll up our sleeves here and get dirty and dig into the toilet. Right. Right.
Yes. And there are people doing YouTube 5-minute crafts where they'll show 20 science experiments, and my kids will watch them all the time and be like, we should do that, we should, they'll watch it. So I feel like I can crack it if I figure it out.
And also again, you've got so much on your plate.
Yes.
And I say this all the time, which is to figure out what works for you and go toward that. And then if you have some extra bandwidth to try something else, but to just be everywhere and then be nowhere doesn't make a lot of sense. And we can all feel so inadequate because, I might be killing it on Facebook. Well, my YouTube isn't working. And so weirdly, we focus on the fact that that's like a place where somehow we're not succeeding. Right. Instead of saying, oh my God, look at all of my big wins elsewhere.
Right. Right. And, Pinterest was always okay for me, but once they put video on, then it just went crazy. So I'm always like, well, maybe YouTube will change their algorithm, or, because I feel like their algorithm doesn't help me a lot either. So my videos are short, even though the view through is like 60 or 70%. I feel like maybe they don't favor that length of video either, because I'm getting good watch through. I'm getting like good thumbs ups, like I get good things, but it's just,
right.
They're not favoring me. So I'm kind of like,
when you make the compilations, put those on YouTube.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I know that like, it's like 10 minutes is like what they're looking for.
Okay.
So that's just my piece of advice. Having talked to some YouTubers and experts about it, they want people on the platform for long periods of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So now how do you find all of these STEM activities? Like, and do you ever get burnt out?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I find, so science experiments, there's many just classic science experiments. So I would say for most of the part, the science experiments I'm not making up, like the, do yourself lava lamps where we put oil and water and we drop in some food color. Like those have been around, but like they're new to a lot of people, right? Like if I see something I've never seen before and I'm like, great, we're going to do this. For a lot of the other activities, like we sometimes are just messing around. We'll come up with a new art technique, or we'll see someone doing something similar and we'll kind of put our own twist on it. And some things we just make up, like I know we do a lot with sensory bags, which means you take a Ziploc bag and you put like hand sanitizer or gel in it. And then there's like the possibilities are endless what you can do with that. So I'll just make up something for the season. Maybe it's something for Halloween or something of that nature. So it's fun. Like you get to be creative. You kind of know the tools people have around the house, and then it's just finding new and fun ways to do things with them.
Okay. And then what about burnout?
So burnout, this year I have felt burnout a little bit with doing the videos. So, but I think it was because I've been focusing on writing. I've been writing this book and figuring out how I'm going to market it. So I've just been pulled in a lot of different directions, which didn't leave me as much time to prioritize the videos. And I just got to the point where I was like,
oh shoot, I got to make a video.
Yeah. And then I got to edit it, and then I got to write this blog post. So that's why I just chose to scale back to like try to do one a week. And then I even try to batch them. So I'm like shooting a bunch so I've just had to sort of redo the way I do it, because I was doing like shoot the video, edit it, post it the next day, and then like shooting another video. So I wasn't batching. So I think when that was all I was doing, it was okay. But now I couldn't keep up that pace now, because I'm focusing on other things. My business is just in a different place, and I want to focus on other things. So I do get a little burnout with the video sometimes, but then I feel like if I take a break, then I get like reinvigorated on it again.
And do you ever take weeks off? Or
I
you take weeks off, but then like you'll continue to post them? You're just...
Yeah, I try. So that's why I try to space out to one piece of content a week. So if I can film a little ahead of time, if I know I have a vacation coming up, that way I can like just kind of schedule everything out. And then I can take time off where I'm just checking for comments. And, I try to check the posts so that I can make sure I'm responding if anybody has a question.
Right.
But that's easy for me. I do find I don't really go on my personal social media anymore, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on it all the time.
Totally. It's kind of like the manicurist who has the worst nails.
Yes.
Or like the cobbler's son has the worst shoes. It's like, you just kind of go, I do this so much that like, I don't need to do it. Like, it's not as enjoyable.
It's so true. I find I only post if like my son lost his first tooth, or it's like milestones where I'm like, I don't want to forget this, so I'm gonna like put this out on social media.
I totally get it. Now, can you talk briefly about the book and how that came about?
Yes. So I think it was the beginning of 2018. I was sort of setting goals for myself, and I was like, what could I sort of take this to? Because I'd only been in business a year. I'd seen like a lot of growth on social media, and I just goaled myself. I'm like, I think writing a book would be awesome. I know nothing about it. I have no idea where to go. So I just put it as a goal for me. And I started talking to friends that were sort of in the industry. I did some more research. I have another friend who's trying to publish a book too. So we would talk all the time and just sort of brainstorm. And then I heard about Page Street Publishing through other influencers in my space. They work with a lot of bloggers and influencers. And then through my friend who was trying to publish her own children's books, she brought them out to me. So I went to their website and I just submitted my idea to them.
Wow.
And told them about my social following. And then like 2 months later, maybe a month or two later, they called me back and they're like, if you're still interested, we're interested. And I think I had proposed 40 STEAM activities. And they're like, how about 100? I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, little did I know that was a lot, but I'm really happy with the book now. And they've been really great to work with. They put me on a timeline. It's very formulaic for them. So they're like, you have this many months. I think I had 4 months to write the book and submit the manuscript to them. Then we went back and forth through all the editing. But it has been a long process. And did
you take all the photos for the experiments?
I did not take these photos because, again, I shoot everything with my
video. Oh, right. Yeah.
They hired a lot of people. A lot of the kids activity bloggers will shoot their own books because they shoot photo, their blogs have a lot of photos, but since mine is so video based and really my photos are screen grabs from the video,
right.
We're like, we'll have someone else shoot it. So there are a few pictures of my kids in there because after the book came out, I was showing my husband and he's like, where's our boys? They're like, they're not in the book. And I'm like, well, it was shot in New Hampshire and we're in Philadelphia. So they're not in here. And he's like, we should have a few. So there are a few pictures in here from activities that we've done that just my boys are in it. But for the most part, it was shot in New Hampshire.
Well, that's kind of nice, to be honest.
Yeah, it actually was.
Like, I mean, I get it. Like on one hand, it's kind of like you have this very strong visual style. Were they able to capture your visual style?
Yes. And they worked with me quite a bit to they showed me the proofs of the first few activities, and then we made some tweaks. I wanted it like on a lighter background, so they were very collaborative in that sense. And I'm really happy with the way it came out.
Got it. Okay. So if you had a piece of advice for a blogger who is kind of just starting out or kind of in it, in this kind of like Wild West, what would it be? What would you say?
My gosh, I would just say focus on providing value to what has really served me well, I think, is giving people exactly what they want and exactly the way they want to consume it, and not worrying about monetizing really or driving them somewhere, especially when you're starting to try to grow. Like, that is also to be worried about later, and figuring that out later. That was really my laser focus in the beginning. And are
you looking at your videos and going, okay, this one killed it, I need to make more videos like this one?
Yes, absolutely. Because sometimes I'll be like, this one's going to do amazing and it totally flops. And then I'll be like, this is terrible. It's never going to, and it'll go crazy. So, you don't really know what people are going to respond to. What makes something viral? Like, who knows, right? It's just hitting a nerve and people are into it. So yeah, it's all about trial and error and just moving forward, right? Like, I made content like it was my business, it was what my sole focus was on for almost the first 2 years. And I just put out a ton of content and I figured out what people wanted, and then I would go deeper into that. And yeah, so that's sort of how I got here today. And the good thing about content is you can reuse it unless it's very specific to the time, but I'm doing kids activities, right? So a lava lamp today is a lava lamp a year from now.
Right. And Halloween today can look very much like Halloween last year or next year.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always new people coming to you too. And then even people that have followed you, they're like, oh, right, I forgot. I mean, you need to be reminded sometimes. So
okay, Andrea, how can people reach out to you if they have questions or want to connect with you? Like, where should they go?
Well, I manage all my social media, so you can always direct message me on Instagram. We're at Raising Dragons for Facebook and Pinterest, and then we're at Raising Dragons for Instagram and Twitter, although I'm rarely on Twitter. Don't reach out to me on Twitter.
Okay.
And then, or you can email me, Andrea@raisingdragons.com.
Well,
on the
terrific.
website. Yes.
Well, terrific. Well, I have to say, I thought you were at this for much longer.
Oh.
I am incredibly impressed with what you built. I think you have a very clear philosophy of how to build your audience by serving them with, exactly like you said, by figuring out what they want and giving it to them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I feel like you have a very rich future just by understanding that.
Well, I feel like I have so much to learn still, but that's.
But are you enjoying the journey?
Yes, so much. Like I've never been entrepreneurial, I would say. I've always worked for big companies, and so this was my first venture into being an entrepreneur. And I do love making my own decisions, trying new things. My failures are my failures, but my successes are my successes. So I love it.
Oh, that's so great. Well, thank you so much for being on the show and doing this video.
Thank you. Yes. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I hope you guys like that episode. I'm just so impressed with what Andrea has been able to build so quickly. And remember, please join my Facebook group, the Milo Tree Mastermind group. I'm really trying to build a community there where we can all learn from each other. And I will see you back here next week.